Somebody to do to you. Follow the golden rule. We won't have no problems. Hey, don't you go making a fool of me. Don't make no mistake loving you. But if you're running around on me, let me spell it out for you. ITGAS. If I'm not the one you're missing, the one you wanna call when you're feeling low, if I'm not the only one you're kissing, then I don't give a, I don't give a. The one you're looking for in the crowd, the one that calls your mind when it gets too loud. If I'm not the one you want around, then I don't give a, I don't give a.
I don't give a.
Don't
Ooh,
give
that
a
light really
fuck.
does help. What?
I don't give a fuck.
Yep. I love that song.
I do too.
Don't treat people the way you want they treat you. Da, 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 da. I don't give a. I don't give a.
Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Myrtle.
Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Myrtle. I tried a new way to put my lights on so they're not washing me out. And you can see now. This is how I usually start. And you can't see it in the other shows.
No, you usually can't.
So I'm liking this. And they're
Did you go from an elevated angle?
I have construction lights because that's what we used to use when we were in film class. And I thought, I'll just get construction lights. They're $35 for 2 halogen lights on a stand, And yeah, I actually I turned them away from me and tilted them so they hit the corner of the white room, the white ceiling, the white room, and it bounces back filtered. I'm pretty happy about it. Maybe y'all can see my makeup today.
Maybe. I am playing experiment in the kitchen.
Oh yeah? What kind? I like experimenting.
Well, I found a recipe for the Instant Pot, but I do not have a steamer basket for my Instant Pot. So I'm like potatoes, hamburger, cream cheese, stuff, mixy. Yeah. I can bake this. We can bake this, right?
Yeah.
I can bake this.
You can bake it.
So we took sliced potatoes, layered that over a layer of whatever ground meat product you want to use. And then I mixed, because the original recipe had cream cheese and milk in it. And then I found a second one that had cream of chicken. And I'm like, ooh, just mixy. So a little milk, a little cream cheese, a little cream of chicken. And
there you go.
We're experimenting.
That sounds good. And what is this called?
It was originally a chicken or a potato hamburger corn thing in the Instant Pot, but the kids don't like corn, so I took that out. But you can also look up a hamburger casserole kind of thing. So
yeah, I make a hamburger casserole. It's called tater tot casserole, which is not what if you Google hamburger casserole, this is not what you're going to find. You're going to find a lot of cheese and
we do the tater tot casserole.
I think it's a Michigan thing. Casserole. I think it's a Michigan thing. But
it's a Michigan thing. It's also gotten popular with the Duggars because it is a very inexpensive and very filling meal.
Very much do it how you want. My mom always did it with cream of mushroom soup, ground beef, French style green beans, topped with tater tots.
Oh.
And you put it in the oven. When I do it, I make my hamburger, then I make a brown gravy because I'm not a cream soup person. It's just, I know it's probably against the law for me. I was born in Wisconsin. I grew up in Michigan, but I cannot stand cream soup. And I can make
Not everybody can.
Um,
I sometimes throw sour cream in my gravies when I'm doing like a hamburger.
Oh, I put
thing.
Then you get kind of a what's Swedish
Stroganoff-y kind of.
Yeah,
stuff.
stroganoff.
Yeah.
Swedish sour cream. Swedish or Polish?
Hubby. Hubby says hi.
Hi, Hubby. But the one when I make it, I put corn, green beans, and carrots in it, and then I put and then I spray the tater tots with Pam, and that's like that's like any kind of spray, guys. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy Pam. We just call it Pam because that was
It's
the
in a
first
can.
one. Yeah, grease in a can. Or if you know somebody that does the chef's kitchen stuff, you can buy one that you fill up yourself with whatever oil you want.
I've seen them becoming very popular.
Those
Get rid of the
were,
aerosol
I had
and all
one.
that.
I had one in like the early '90s, but it was Pampered Chef. That was what it was called. I was gonna say because
Pampered Chef and Tupperware. Everybody has it.
Tupperware and I can't buy Tupperware anymore. It doesn't look right. I'm sorry.
No. No.
No. We found some Tupperware bowls and at the thrift store, and my mom kept them. I thought she was buying them for me. I was so excited. I was so excited. I'm like, ooh, look at this. This is so cool. La 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 la.
No, I like Pampered Chef.
Yeah, I like most of their stuff. But I do, and of course, when I say goulash, what do you think of?
I think of noodles, stewed diced tomato type product, tomato sauce or juice, depending on how thick or runny you like it.
Yeah.
And hamburger.
Yes, that is Northwestern goulash. That is not Romanian goulash.
No,
That stuff is
Romanian,
completely
if I
different.
remember
It's
right, they have like a
delicious.
cream soup.
They have, it's a tomato base with, it's almost like brisket in it. And little teeny homemade noodles, but they're like the size of a grain of rice. And they put sour cream in it. Lots of paprika. Lots of paprika.
No, I don't know if they have it down there, but up here, when you go to buy tater tots, they now have mini tater tots. So I've been making my tater tot casserole mini.
Oh yeah, I accidentally bought those and I really liked them.
Yes.
Yeah, we have
Well,
some.
the kids growing up, it was so nice to find everything in a mini version. Mini bow ties, mini penne, for pasta, mini tater tots.
I can't find my white. Here.
I'm lazy and I hate cutting up food, so.
Oh, see, anyway, spraying the tater tots with Pam or whatever helps brown the top. Yeah, it makes them crispy on top. I like them crispy. And I also like Lawry's and pepper on it. On the tater tots.
And then if you're feeling really daring and you have no dairy issues, top it with cheese about 5 minutes before you can pull it out of the oven.
I think that's probably why we didn't have cheese, because my mom has a dairy allergy. It's not a terrible dairy allergy, but it's enough she has to be careful. I have to watch how much I intake in a whole day, but not as bad as her. Okay. Yeah, it's funny when I look up and I can actually see what I've done.
I know.
I'm like, oh, there we go. I'm trying to
All you
explain
have to do is rearrange the lights.
Yep. I was just standing there and I'm like, I wonder, because they also get hot. Those construction lights get very hot. What is that?
This is
shiny.
My little strobe light.
Oh, we put up our LED We have little lights. They're about this big. We put them up around the ceiling in the living room for when the lights go out, because this is Florida, and that happens, and my kids can't deal with it. But these actually have remote controls, and you can change the colors. They weren't very
The batteries
expensive either.
died in it. And I thought
no.
for sure I was going to have to go get hearing aid batteries. Well, I peeled the sticker off the back, and it's the same batteries for my car remotes.
Oh, cool. Do they even
know.
sell hearing aid ones anymore? I haven't had to get one for anything.
Yes, but they're sometimes difficult to find, and they're sometimes very expensive. Like, I don't know if
I
you've
believe
seen them,
that.
but the little huggy, noisy little things. God, what are they called? They hug on your finger. They're monkeys and dragons, and they sound like freaking demented Furbies.
Demented Furbies. I have no idea.
I don't know. Give me a second. I got some.
All right.
I got some. The kids got them right out here.
She's like going on about this, and I have no idea. My kids don't play with regular toys.
You're a stupid little animal that sits on your finger.
Wow.
The fingerlings.
Fingerlings. She was trying out the system with the vinegar first.
I just need one. Thank you. I'm borrowing Kiki.
Just for a second.
They were very popular a couple years ago, but
Oh, they're
Fingerlings.
cute.
And they used like hearing aid batteries.
Oh,
and when I
that's not
looked them
cute.
up to replace them, it's going to cost me like $20 to replace the batteries in this little thing.
So you just
And we
get a
have
new one?
7 of them.
Oh.
Well, this is Kiki. And if
This-
Kiki is dead, Kiki's going to have to be replaced with her batteries, not a new Kiki. But they talk. Hello.
That's cute.
It's not dead. It's not swearing at me yet. Hola. Because I was showing off what it was.
Because I
I
needed to
couldn't
see
remember
it.
the name of it.
It was important. I needed to see it.
That's 6:30 Minecraft. Maybe. Depends on if you're eating dinner or not. He loves Minecraft.
I like this palette, but the
So what look are we going for today?
well, I got my bear ears on, so we're doing
Oh,
some.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear?
Yeah, we're doing some pastels and neons actually.
Ooh. Jesse says hello.
Hello, Jesse. I tried to invite Chris to the round, Vixen. Did it not work? Because I can do it when I get on there.
I haven't seen anything pop up yet, but
Okay. I don't know if
I did the
I don't think
adding of the
Myrtle
murder.
can actually invite people. I have that very locked down. So it might just be I need to do it. All right, our Discord got hacked and I freaked out about stuff.
I don't blame you. Because the way they did it was sadly the best way to do it.
Yeah, and they were not kind. It was not kind at all.
No, it was not.
Especially making me think that it was Mel, that they were Mel.
Mm-hmm.
They must have looked her up to see who she was.
All they had to do was see the difference in
Well, if
colors.
you hit your little person on your name tag, it should say what roles you had.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm the only one on there with owner role right now. Until we actually need more moderators. Because last time I just made all the production staff I made the whole production staff moderators. They're like one step down from owner. They couldn't do like two things, I think. And that's how it happened.
Yeah.
This e.l.f. base foundation smells so good. Which is really weird because most makeup that has smell, I am allergic to the perfume. But not this one. It doesn't hurt me at all.
Does it go on smooth?
Yeah. Very smooth.
I'm having problems with the I'm not 20, so I have Grand Canyon.
Did you see how
between
white my
eyeballs.
under eyes were? That's
Yes.
a trick. Before you put on all the concealer on first. I love, it's so cute when the 15-year-old girls put the concealer on last. That's highlight, girls. That's not concealer.
I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to conceal.
They're not concealing anything. They're doing a highlight to make their cheekbones pop, which I do that too, but it's not. But they're using concealer for it. That's expensive. And I'm sure that's probably why. Oh, what's his name? The guy who wears makeup and has his own line of makeup. Jeffrey. Saw Jeffree Star the other day, and he has makeup, wig, the whole shebang, and he's going off about something or another about transvestites. Oh, people wanting to be referred to as they, them, and not just he, she. He is having a problem with it. And I'm like, boy,
Yeah,
if I didn't like you before.
I have seen some controversy going around, but, you know, he will always have my respect for, there was a gentleman in Michigan who met up with an online dating service and did not make it out of the date alive.
Oh, jeez.
And it made national news, and Jeffrey paid for the funeral.
Hi, Grinder.
So,
Yeah, that's sad. And that's cool that he did that. He just does some really odd. I have to say, it's like.
I don't follow him enough to be a fan.
I've never followed him. I didn't even know. Oh, did I get yelled at 2 years ago when I didn't know who he was? Doll reamed me for like an hour. I'm like,
oh no.
She's like, I got the news. And I'm like, who's that? She goes, you're joking. I'm like, no.
I know Brad Mondo has got himself in a whole lot of trouble.
I don't know who that is. Is he a makeup person?
Well, he does hair, and he grew a lot of fame doing reaction videos to people who messed up their hair.
Okay, I might have seen him
now
then because I like those.
Well, he is a licensed cosmetologist. The state he lives in, he holds a license, but he is not a currently practicing. So
yeah, he has his license. It's cheaper
just
just to renew it than to get a new one again.
Yeah, but a lot of stylists across the internet are very upset because he will give advice for complicated services. And a lot of people think that he is telling them exactly how to do it, and then they end up frying his hair and he takes no responsibility, and then he'll do a video laughing at you about how you messed up your hair.
Well, y'all, all y'all, make stupid people famous and rich. I'm never going to forget the Gorilla Glue girl, who instead of just letting her hair grow out and buzz it, which would have been the most simple, practical, and cheapest thing to do. No, she lost her ever-living mind. She wasn't smart about it in the first place. I don't care who says what. That was dumb. You read the labels. You always read the labels. Even if you think you know what you're doing, I still read labels. And most of the stuff I use all the time. That's how I knew they changed Starburst. Or not Starburst, Skittles. They changed them back to lime, and I'm very happy. I don't like green apple.
Don't
but
mess
anyway,
with Dixie's Skittles.
We make them famous on the internet. We as a internet make them famous. I try not to get into any of it, but now this woman is living upper middle class life because of all the money people gave her.
The GoFundMe ended up getting refunded. I don't know what other fundraising she did, but the GoFundMe that was raised for the correction and the travel to a doctor ended up being refunded because a doctor said, I will do it. I will take care of everything that you need for this. And so, yeah, all those people got their money back because they didn't need the funds for the medical.
Right. But then I kept seeing people doing the same thing, the same exact thing on TikTok. And it was like, no, don't make this person famous. Do not give them money. They did it. This was a ploy. Don't be stupid. Don't do it.
Eliza
the Librarian. How you doing, honey?
It's circle time.
It's circle time. Circle time. Everything's something when we are pretending. I've heard it for 20 years. I know it. Can't make me feel bad about that.
So the CEO of Disney apparently decided to stick it to DeSantis.
More than once. They're in like this weird.
They were supposed to. Well, they were supposed to somewhere 20 miles or so south of Disney World. They were going to do some investment and move a lot of their staff down there.
Right.
Like billions of dollars worth of investments to go down there. And all the people are like, no, we work in California. We would like to stay in California, yada, yada. It was the previous CEO
Florida?
who was... Yeah. No, they live in California. The previous CEO wanted to move them all to Florida.
Oh.
Well, the new CEO was like, we don't like what DeSantis is doing. We've got a bunch of people that are living in California that want to stay in California. We're just going to ditch this whole thing.
Right.
So now it's all, Disney is denying, 2,000 jobs for Florida.
And they can literally look back and say,
upset.
Yeah. And everyone can turn back and say, it was DeSantis who did it.
Building it up. Mm-hmm.
He's not, I didn't vote for him.
But the new CEO may have actually been wanting to listen to his employees instead of uprooting them and moving them across the country. So it could be, in all
honesty, if it wasn't, if his people weren't coming down here, you know why his people would be coming here, right? Taxes aren't as high. Cost of living isn't as high. California is like one of the big ones where everything is expensive.
But it was all like, they're creative staff that, you know, for the movies, for the parks, you know, all of that, they were trying to relocate them. But the area that they were supposed to be in is now upset because they heard that Disney was going to be investing billions of dollars into the area.
Right.
So they were building hotels.
Hubby says
and restaurants
1.5 billion that's not coming to the state, and Florida loses 16 billion in revenue. So yeah, like me, I'm not happy about this because you know where that's going to come from? That's going to come from education.
No.
I know it is.
Yep. But that is a good lesson in life. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
We have the worst schools down here.
I think if I were to be living down in Florida, I would probably do one of the national online public schools to be able to take advantage of
back in 2003
marine life and the travel and all of that.
Back in 2003, before I had my son and before my oldest son and before we had the diagnosis, I had set everything up for him to go to homeschool. I'd set everything up for homeschooling, and it about killed me that I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. Actually, thanks to the fascists, Florida now has one of the highest costs of living. Yeah, but California and New York are still higher.
Oh, yeah.
When it costs you thousands of dollars to rent a one-room apartment, you know, that says something right there.
I'll stay in Michigan. We don't have things that can eat me. We don't have things that can poison me with their little stabby butt
you
sticks.
do, but you're more aware of them, and there's not as many. Like, have you ever seen a Wolverine?
I think we've got. They usually hang out way up north.
Yeah, I've seen one, and I lived there almost 19 years. You know,
yeah.
And no, I saw
we've
one.
got. I think we do have a rattlesnake. We've got a couple of spiders that'll mess you up. Yep, we've got a couple of spiders that'll mess us up, but I don't have to look
Nothing
under
like
the
down here.
rim of my toilet. I don't have to worry about kicking a rock. I don't have to worry about finding a gigantic, you know, lizard in my pool.
I wish I had a pool.
Just saying.
No, I'm sorry, but that was funny. I don't have a lizard in my pool.
Him just floating around, you know, have a whole lake.
Minding his own business. All right, this is not something I use. This is a contour and highlight palette. I don't use it a lot, but it's worth a lot of money. It came in one of my packages. It's complex
I'll be right
culture.
back. I gotta go check my timer.
Okay, you check your timer. Look at that cut on that nose. How does she do it? Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Fluttershy! Hi, Dolly!
Do you remember that far back, Hubby?
Me? I remember the original ones that I didn't like. But Friendship is Magic is an awesome series, and everybody should have to watch it.
No, he said something about back in the 70s. I was being funny.
Oh, I was born then. When my family moved down here in the 70s, we built a pool, and a couple of years later, we enclosed it to stop things from jumping in. Dogs, frogs, and neighbors. Yeah, when his father was telling me the story about these kids jumping in his pool, I'm like, did you electrocute the pool? No.
Frogs, dogs, kids, but no alligators.
No, we don't get. We get. He was in Cocoa, and we're down now. We're down by the river. Down by the river, you have a lot more snakes, rats, and alligators. You know when you can tell when a new house moves in with tiny dogs, because alligators come out of the river. They can smell them. They like those little tiny yippers.
Yeah, they're going, ooh, lunch.
Lunch.
Bye
One bite.
To the ad. Okay. What do I have to do to this? I already got that. Okay, so you need some olive oil, some garlic. You can keep your thyme. That's a
thyme isn't that
right there.
Thyme isn't.
Well, it's asking for a teaspoon of thyme, and thyme, they're dried thyme. It is so potent. I think one recipe I had called for 1/4 of a teaspoon, and it was too overpowering for the dish that I had made.
Oh, that's sad.
Okay, I can't put these in until I get dinner out because it wants $4.25, not the $3.75 I'm doing.
What are you making?
We had way too many potatoes left over from when we made dinner, so we are going to throw them on a baking sheet with olive oil, cheese, and bacon bits.
I like mine with olive oil, and then I use celeries and black pepper, and mwah! That's all they need. I love them. Because I like one of my.
Well, the spices that the recipe is calling for is minced garlic, dried thyme, and dried rosemary, which, you know, when you mix them is really good. If you're making chicken,
that would probably go really good with chicken.
Yeah.
But I'm not a bland person. I do not like bland food. People watch me cook and they think, oh, you know, no. I cook food that tastes really good. I'll be, you know, a little braggy on this, but I cook very good food. I've changed vegetarians
don't do that boiled chicken thing
into not vegetarians.
I like some of the dishes that they can replicate meat with for vegetarians, like the way that they can cook mushrooms, and you'd almost swear that it was a steak.
I cannot do mushrooms. And it's completely in my head. I know that it's fungus, and I can't deal with it. I really cannot deal with putting a fungus in my mouth.
My father-in-law had these ones, and I don't remember what kind of mushrooms they were, but he did them like mozzarella sticks kind of thing, where he breaded them.
Were they balls?
No, I think they were the longer one. But once they cooked, it was almost as if it was cream cheese. It got so creamy. That's me.
Those might be
okay. I'm coming out.
Butter logs? I don't know. Butter something?
I don't know, but they were really, really good.
Which might be, you know, a folklore name for it, because I don't always know the real names for stuff. Because this kind of stuff I learned from my great-grandparents. It's all about the cake. Sorry, I have to concentrate when I'm doing this part. Non-vegetarian food. Well, you know, sometimes the vegetarians get stringy. So. Well, they don't know. They just don't know. Well, vegetables are good for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pescatarian? Don't be sorry. To each his own. Just some people do it and they don't even know why they're doing it. So that's the only problem I have with a lot of you'll eat almost all food.
It smells so good.
She would. I'm pretty sure Eliza would. I was watching a show today where British kids were trying snack food from here. The only thing they liked was the Twinkies.
They're eating today's Twinkies.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. The new recipe is not as good. The sponge cake isn't spongy enough.
They're not filled enough.
Yeah. And then, come on.
Okay, we have them oiled up. We have them seasoned up. Now what do we do to them?
It's too wet.
You don't want it too wet.
Nope. If it's too wet, it will run and destroy everything you created.
Yes, it will. I walked out there and the kitchen smelled so nice.
You're just a member? Okay. Tonight I'll make you a moderator. I hate that pink stains. Pink really stains. It's like red, only lighter. Trying to get back into the more complex things because I know you guys like it. So I'm working on it.
Do, 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 do. It smells so good. Kid
Hot
tested
dogs
mother
with
brew.
peanut butter and jam? No. Coleslaw. Sweet coleslaw on my hot dog with onions and mustard? That's really good. They have those. I think that's one of the Chicago ways of eating them.
It's always so hard to tell whether it's Chicago or New York
or Pennsylvania. They all do hot dogs. They all have street vendors.
So I strongly recommend mixing the cream cheese with the cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soup for everybody out in YouTube land. Veggie tales, veggie tales, veggie tales, veggie tales. Why do you need a hairbrush? You don't have any hair. No, we did not have a CD of 100 VeggieTale songs.
Oh my gosh. We had... It wasn't a kid's favorite, but we did have them sometimes. Now, here I am.
Beautiful.
The pink doesn't show up that much. But that's okay.
I can see it.
I took myself off the table. Oops. I was gonna let Mama Chris finish the show without me.
It's my show. But I can't push the button.
I know. I was gonna say. But there's no buttons.
So it'll be like a 24-hour live stream of makeup table.
I'll be back by, 6:30.
Yeah,
so, are you available for Minecraft today?
I have it pulled up on the TV and just waiting to see how I get in.
Okay, I will invite you in as soon as I end the show and pee. I have to pee after.
Fill your cup.
Yep.
Empty your bladder. Put some nummies in the mouth and take those 5 o'clock pills.
I did already. I did that before the show today.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not hungry, and I'm like, let's get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Not my favorite thing in the whole entire world, but it has protein, it has sugar, and it has carbs. So
I like Nutella on cinnamon raisin toast.
I am not a Nutella fan. Is that like is that like illegal for a woman? It feels like it. I love the Biscoff, the cookie butter. Have you tried that?
Yeah. It probably would taste just as good, but I like the cinnamon toast.
I can understand that. I eat Biscoff by the spoon. I don't put it on anything. It's good. I like it.
It makes a nice little snacky that gives you everything you need. I keep forgetting to buy crunchy peanut butter for my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because I prefer crunchy peanut butter, but my husband loves to go to the food giveaways. It's like his guilty pleasure of what can I get in the truck this week.
Yeah.
So I have 14 jars of peanut butter. I can't justify buying crunchy peanut butter.
Let me tell you, that was the hardest thing for me is when peanut butter went up in price. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. Peanuts grow in just about any conditions. They like it wet, they like it dry. They don't care. They're legumes and they don't care. Sounds like a song. They're legumes and they don't care. I wonder what's in the Wonder Ball. I wonder who wrote the Book of Love.
Not me.
Wasn't me either. I'm not responsible.
It's a big tragedy.
I'm having like big. Do I put glitter on or not?
It's a matter of, do you want to wash glitter off later or not?
Yeah, it's true.
But I really like the trick I saw for removing the glitter from your lipstick.
I use a piece of tape.
Just a piece of tape.
I use packing tape. A lot of people use duct tape, but I get allergic to latex, and I think duct tape has latex in it.
There's too much adhesive for me to put the ducky tape
That's
across
why, and that's another reason. And I can see what I'm doing because the packing tape is clear, so I can actually see what I'm doing.
This is really, really good.
Is it good?
I'm going to have to take a picture and post it in the Discord.
I'm gonna
Definitely needs more seasoning the next time I make it, but I was trying to do it very simply this time before I played around with it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's family game night tonight, right?
You're so cute. It's Vixie tonight. Family game night is on Wednesdays.
I'm trying to remember. Normally I'm in bed. Normally I go night-night.
The only thing I know that's going on Vixie tonight is Mad Libs. That's the only thing I know, for sure.
Oh,
found my Mad
Mel's come into play?
No, I found my Mad Libs book. When we first started doing these shows, what is it? It's almost 3 years now. It's got to be almost three. It's got to be 3 years. Anyways, when we first started, I bought some and had them sent to her address. And I put the wrong number on it because she was in an apartment building. So the people upstairs from her got it and didn't give it back. Jerks. So I bought her some more and I sent them to her because she would read them like a newscast on Likey. And it was hilarious most of the time. Like,
I love it when
and
Jellybean
she'd be so
does
serious.
stuff like that. She'll read posts on Facebook and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The voice.
And and Mel just does that real serious newscaster kind of voice for it. And it cracks me up every time she does it. It's hilarious. Oh, cool. We're still doing good. Well, that was scary. So I have this big bag of pink glitter. And I couldn't open it, and it felt like it was going to fly for a second there. And I did open it. Very, very, very frightening.
Charge your shit.
Charge your shit, people. Sometimes if you need a palette, use your hand mirror. Just use a corner of it.
I could see that.
I actually have art palettes that I used to use. I just don't know what I did with them. I'll probably order some more. They're cheap. You get like 3 in a bag for $1. Little plastic ones.
Mirrors have been very popular with powder products for decades.
Well, we will be doing them on Vixie tonight at 8.
So I will be in the audience tomorrow for Coffee House.
Okay.
We are on mandatory Saturday.
Mandatory Saturday? Oh, for work?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm
thinking in my head, what kind of outing is a mandatory Saturday?
I normally work every other Saturday because I like the other quality girl.
Yeah.
So we have a differing of opinion with the second quality of girl. So, instead of causing stress and grief and,
right,
pissing myself off, I just work every other Saturday.
When I get a job, people don't realize that they can do this. When you go interview for a job, you give them your availability. So I always say, I can work Saturday or Sunday. Which one do you want? And it's usually Sunday because people go to church. So I say, okay, if I'm not working Sunday, I'm not working Monday. So I'm available Tuesday through Saturday. And I will work holidays. And I once didn't get a job that I interviewed for, but he called me and said he was so sorry. He really wanted to hire me, but he had to hire his brother. He actually called me. He didn't have to.
I try to work with those around me. Like, I don't have to have every single holiday off. But
well, in most jobs, in a lot of jobs,
I would like to rotate. Well, at the grocery store, because we only closed on Christmas and we closed early on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. So the store was still open. We still needed people there. So if you worked the day of the holiday, you got another day during the week off with pay.
Oh, that's nice. I'd do that. I'd definitely do that.
I would alternate most of the holidays, like, I'd work Memorial Day to get 4th of July off if I had plans or stuff like that.
Yeah, my kids don't get holidays, so we just do whatever we want whenever we want. Sometimes Christmas is January 1st,
A friend of mine's Christmas was always end of February, early March, because that's when the tax man came.
Yep. I can believe that.
Her kids were old enough to have that kind of a discussion, so,
And mine just don't understand that they're missing out, to be honest.
Yeah.
I could say happy birthday 4 months before their birthday and they think it's their birthday.
As long as there was cake.
Well, Esme gets a giant cookie. A gluten-free cookie. She doesn't like cake. She's my picky
I just
eater.
recently saw a video, and I'm sharing it with all of YouTube land.
Okay.
You know how you can put bread in your brown sugar to keep it soft?
Yeah, or a slice of apple.
If you are using bread in your brown sugar, do not use that brown sugar when making something gluten-free. For somebody who has celiac or,
just some kind of
other
irritation.
Gluten intolerant. Yeah. I never thought about that. I did not realize that, putting it in there would be that much of a issue.
When I did my research for my son, because my oldest son is 20 now, and when we figured out that he was autistic, nobody talked about it. There was no news about it. Nobody knew anything about it. I had to go to specialty stores to find anything gluten-free, casein-free, the whole shebang. So I worked really hard on changing over a lot of my recipes to be gluten-free, which made my kitchen at that time gluten-free. Except when some people would come over and cook, and then I'd say, okay, but you have to clean up with the bleach. You have to bleach the kitchen down when you're done. So, my friend came over, she's Italian, and she was making chicken parmesan from scratch. The sauce takes like all day. She had to start the sauce in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And dinner was going to be like at 8, which is like, we usually eat dinner at 6, but it was going to be at 8, blah, 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 blah. Well, she had some flour on the counter, and my youngest walks in, or my oldest walks in, grabs the flour, grabs a big handful of it, and just shoves it in his face. And she fell to the floor crying because she thought she poisoned my kid for, like, death. The kid was going to die. I'm like, no, honey, we're just going to have exciting bathroom issues for a week. The poor thing is going to be really hungry. And the other thing that happens to people, like Hubby has an intolerance. He's not actually allergic. He has an intolerance. But when we took him off of gluten, he lost a lot of weight right away. Like, just dropped it. And I swear, men can take out carbs and beer and they will lose all the weight they want to lose.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not fair, and I hate you for it. Just so you know, all men, I hate you for it.
Women, our body goes, screw you. They're trying to starve us. We're going to store it all.
Yep, that's my problem. That's my problem because I don't eat as big portions as most guys I know. My stepfather is like tall. I mean, like 6'6" or something. He's tall, but he's this big around, and he eats like a lot. It's crazy. But anyway, he was fine, but she was so cute. She thought she killed my kid. I'm like, nope, we just took him to the bathroom, washed him down, rinsed out as much of it out of his mouth as possible. I don't think much got into his mouth because it's flour.
Yeah.
But he's quick.
Kinda
if
dusty.
he sees a roll like sitting in front of a microwave or something at school, gone. I told him at so many schools, I'm like, you cannot leave him alone for a second if there is gluten in the room. You cannot leave him for a second because he will eat it. And don't feed him anything that I haven't approved, or just feed him what I sent. I will send snacks. Because I was so petrified because not many people were doing it yet. And then when it started, the autism awareness got out, and we started getting like 1 in 75 boys will be autistic, and so on and so forth. Then they started coming out with all this stuff, and it was terrible. Most of it was terrible.
So many of the snacks I go to buy the kids are gluten-free. So many of the cereals are gluten-free.
Annie's has some gluten-free graham crackers. They're bunnies that are really good, and they have the black and white bunnies, which are vanilla and chocolate, and those are gluten-free.
I was going to say Annie's is a good brand.
I like Annie's a lot. I like her macaroni and cheese. Her gluten-free macaroni and cheese is good, but it's expensive. When Aldi's is just as good, and it's like a third the price.
Okay,
so
go
anyway,
potty.
I was just going to say, we're over time. I hope you all had a good time. I had a good time. I put glitter on. So we'll see you all later. I'm glittery.
Don't wanna get closer. If you're playing with my mind, it ain't fair. Don't wanna spend my energy. Give my attention if yours ain't there. I don't wanna give you the best of me. If you're just gonna give the rest, you see, I don't play the long game. Don't you do it to me what you wouldn't want somebody to do to you. Follow the golden rule, we won't have no problems. Hey, don't you go making a fool of me. Don't make no mistake loving you. But if you're running around on me, let me spell it out for you. ITGAS. If I'm not the one you